Okay, seriously, like, who isn't obsessed with this show right
I
now?
know, right?
And after that finale,
Oh my gosh.
I think we all need to,
Panic.
like,
Yeah. Just
process
like,
everything that just happened.
yeah.
So that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're going to break down all the twists and turns,
It's all the biggest moment.
the character arcs,
Definitely.
the relationship.
Oh yeah, all the relationship drama.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're going to get into all of that. So if you're ready to, like, really dive deep into this season, you are in the right place.
It's going to be a wild ride.
I mean, where do we even begin?
Well, I think we have to start with Nate, right? Like, what happened there?
I know.
I mean, he started out so sweet and unassuming,
Right.
and then, bam, he goes full supervillain.
Yeah, it was like watching a completely different show by the end.
Totally.
I mean, the sources we've been looking at are all over the place trying to explain it.
Yeah, some people think it was foreshadowed from the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they point to those little moments, where he kind of snapped at people.
Like what?
Like when he yelled at Rebecca about the new Kit Man, or
Right.
how he treated Will, the actual new Kit Man.
Yeah, it was not cool. Not cool.
But then other people think his transformation was more gradual, like a slow burn.
So, like, fueled by ambition.
Exactly, and maybe a bit of insecurity, too.
Right, like he felt overlooked or underappreciated.
Totally.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's really interesting how the writers played with our expectations there.
They definitely did.
Like, you think you know a character,
Right.
and then they pull the rug out from under you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's what keeps us coming back for more, right?
Totally.
But before we get too deep into Nate's whole deal,
Yeah.
can we talk about that season opener?
Oh, man. Poor Donnie Rojas.
I know, that penalty kick.
It was like the most shocking thing I've ever seen on TV.
And the poor Greyhound.
Oh, Earl.
Yeah,
I mean, talk about starting the season off with a bang, right?
It definitely wasn't the lighthearted start we're used to.
No, not at all.
But it did set the stage for one of the season's big themes.
Which was?
Mental health.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they really went there this season.
They did, and I think it was so important.
Yeah.
Especially in the world of professional sports.
Absolutely.
I mean, athletes are under so much pressure.
So much pressure.
And they're often expected to just, suck it up and keep going.
Right, like they're not supposed to have feelings or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And the show really challenged that idea.
It did, and I think it made a lot of people feel seen.
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
It's okay to not be okay.
Exactly.
And it's okay to ask for help.
Absolutely. And that's where Dr. Sharon comes in, right?
Oh, Dr. Sharon Fieldstone.
She was brilliant.
Such a great addition to the cast.
Yeah, she really shook things up.
She did.
And not just for the players, for Ted, too.
Oh, yeah, Ted's panic attacks.
That was a big turning point.
It was, and I think it was handled so well.
Yeah, they showed how even someone like Ted, who's all about positivity and sunshine,
Right.
can struggle with their mental health.
Yeah.
And that it's okay to seek help.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that season opener, it was definitely a gut punch.
Oh, for sure.
But it set the stage for some really powerful storytelling.
It did.
And it forced us to confront some really important issues.
Like, we're not just watching a show about soccer anymore.
Right.
It's about life.
It's about real people.
With real problems.
And how they navigate those problems.
Exactly. And I think that's why it resonates with so many people.
Me too.
It's funny, it's heartwarming, but it's also, like, really deep.
It's got layers.
It does.
An onion.
A delicious onion.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of layers, can we talk about Jamie Tartt's return?
Oh, Jamie Tartt, what a journey he's been on.
Right. From arrogant superstar to humble team player.
I mean, who saw that coming?
Not me.
Me either.
But it was so satisfying to watch.
It was, and I think it speaks to the show's overall message of redemption.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, anyone can change.
Yeah.
If they're willing to put in the work.
And face their demons.
Yeah.
And Jamie definitely had some demons to face.
He did. But he came out the other side a better person.
And a better player.
For sure.
And his dynamic with Sam Obisanya.
Oh my gosh, that was gold.
From Rivals.
To, well, maybe not quite friends, but...
respectful teammates.
Yeah.
And that Dubai air protest.
Oh, that was powerful.
So powerful.
Sam standing up for what he believes in.
Even at the risk of his career.
And Jamie supporting him.
It was like a turning point for both of them.
It was.
And it really highlighted the importance of allyship.
Absolutely.
Like using your platform to speak out against injustice.
Yeah, even when it's hard.
Especially when it's hard.
Okay, but can we please talk about Roy Kent for a minute?
Oh, Roy Kent.
I mean, retired legend turned surprisingly insightful TV commentator.
Who knew he had it in him.
Right.
But then he comes back to Richmond as a coach.
And the whole energy of the show shifts.
It's like a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah, and his relationship with Keeley.
Oh, Keeley.
They were a couple goals.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
But even they faced their challenges this season.
They did, but I think it made them stronger.
I hope so.
Me too.
They're such a great couple.
They are.
And speaking of great couples, did anyone see Rebecca and Sam coming?
Oh my gosh, no.
I mean, what a
It
twist.
was so unexpected.
But their chemistry,
It was undeniable.
like, off the charts.
It was.
And it showed a whole new side to Rebecca.
Oh, totally. She was vulnerable.
And open.
And happy.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
But then her mom passed away.
Oh, that was heartbreaking.
It was, and it really threw her for a loop.
It did, and I think it made her question everything.
Yeah, including her relationship with Sam.
Which ultimately she decided to end.
It was a tough decision.
It was. But I think she made the right one for her.
For her, at that moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this season had its fair share of drama.
Oh, for sure.
But it also had those classic Ted Lasso moments of warmth and humor.
Oh, yeah, that Christmas episode.
Pure joy.
It was...
Like a warm hug.
Exactly.
It reminded us that even amidst all the chaos and heartbreak,
Right.
there's still good in the world.
There is.
And there's still hope.
Absolutely.
And that's what Ted Lasso is all about, right?
I think so.
Spreading kindness and believing in the best in people.
Even when it's hard.
Especially when it's hard.
So as we wrap up this first part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this question.
Okay.
What do you think was the tipping point for Nate?
Yeah, what pushed him over the edge?
What made him turn into the villain we saw in that finale?
Hit us up on social media and let us know your thoughts.
We want to hear from you.
We'll be back soon with part 2, where we'll really start to unpack all the theories about Nate's downfall.
And explore the impact of Ted's leadership style, Rupert's manipulation, and those early signs of insecurity that might have been overlooked.
Stay tuned.
It's going to be good.
It is!
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more TV recaps.
And deep dives into your favorite shows.
We'll see you soon for part 2.
Bye for now. It's kind of like everyone's trying to figure Nate out.
Yeah, it's the big mystery.
Right. Like, was he always destined to be the bad guy?
Some of the sources seem to think so.
Yeah, they bring up all these moments from, like, way back in season 1.
Really?
Yeah, where you can see these little hints of darkness.
Oh, like what?
Like, remember when he flipped out on Rebecca about the new Kit Man?
Okay, yeah.
Or how he was so mean to Will, the actual new Kit Man?
I mean, that wasn't great.
No, it wasn't.
But I kind of just wrote it off as, like, insecurity.
Right, that's what I thought at the time.
But maybe it was something more.
Maybe it was, yeah.
Like a sign of things to come.
Exactly.
So are we saying Nate was always going to turn evil?
I don't know about evil, but...
Okay, maybe not evil.
But definitely capable of some questionable choices. And it seems like the more power he got, the worse it got.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like he felt entitled to more recognition, more praise.
Like it was owed to him.
Yeah, and when he didn't get it, he lashed out.
So then, does that mean Ted is partly to blame?
Whoa, hold on.
I mean, he's the one who gave Nate all that responsibility.
It's not about blame.
Okay.
It's more about, like, unintended consequences.
Right.
You know, Ted's all about building people up, giving them a chance to shine.
Yeah.
But maybe Nate needed something different.
Like what?
Like maybe he needed more structure, more guidance. Like
Like,
someone to set clear boundaries and expectations.
so are we saying Ted's leadership style failed Nate?
Not failed necessarily, but
But-
maybe it wasn't the right fit for Nate's personality.
Right.
And then you have Rupert lurking in the shadows.
Rupert.
I know, right? He's like the puppet master, pulling all the strings.
And Nate was the perfect puppet.
So easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Dying right into Rupert's hands.
It's kind of scary how good Rupert is at that. Like,
He's a master manipulator.
he really is.
But even with all that, I still think Nate has to take responsibility for his own actions.
Oh, absolutely.
He made choices.
He did.
And those choices had consequences.
They did.
And speaking of consequences, can we talk about Roy and Keeley?
Oh, man. Their relationship this season.
It was a roller
It
coaster.
was
Ups and downs.
so many ups and downs.
I mean, for a while there, they were like the model of a healthy couple, communicating so well,
working through their issues.
supporting each other's dreams.
It was beautiful.
It was.
But then that last scene,
when Keeley turned down Roy's vacation offer,
I know my heart sank.
mine too.
It felt like the beginning of the end.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe not.
I mean, they've overcome so much together.
They have.
But this feels different.
It does. It feels like a fundamental difference in their priorities.
Yeah, like they want different things out of life.
Which is kind of heartbreaking.
It is, especially because they love each other so much.
They do.
But sometimes love isn't enough.
Sometimes it's not.
And that's the reality the show is presenting us with.
And it's a reality that a lot of people can relate to.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, who hasn't faced that kind of dilemma in their own relationships?
Right. It's tough.
It is.
It's real.
And I think that's what makes this show so compelling.
Me too.
It doesn't shy away from the messy stuff.
Nope.
It embraces it.
And it forces us to confront those uncomfortable truths about ourselves.
Exactly.
And speaking of uncomfortable truths, let's talk about Sam Obisanya.
Oh, Sam.
Our sweet, morally upright Sam.
He always tries to do the right thing.
He does, which is why his decision to stay with Richmond was so heartwarming.
It was.
But also kind of unsettling.
Because of Edwin Akufo.
Yeah, that guy is bad news.
He is.
And he clearly doesn't take rejection well.
No, he doesn't.
So is Sam in danger now?
I mean, the show definitely wants us to think so.
Right, like they planted that seed of doubt.
They did.
And it makes you wonder, like, how far will Akufo go to get his revenge?
That's a scary thought.
It is.
But it's also what keeps us on the edge of our seats.
Right. Like, we need to know what happens next.
Exactly.
And that's the mark of a truly great show.
Agreed.
So, yeah, this season was full of surprises.
Oh, for sure.
Twists and turns we never saw coming.
And it left us with a ton of questions.
But that's what we love about it. Right?
Absolutely. It keeps us talking. It keeps us thinking.
And it keeps us coming back for more.
It does.
So as we move on to the final part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about something a little more philosophical.
All right. I'm intrigued.
The sources we've been looking at, they all grapple with this question.
What question?
Can someone like Ted Lasso truly succeed in the cutthroat world of professional sports?
That's a good one.
Right. Like, can kindness and empathy really win in an environment that's so focused on winning at all costs?
It's a question that applies to so much more than just sports.
It does. It's about life, about how we choose to move through the world.
And whether we choose to believe in the good in people, even when it's hard.
Exactly.
So, as we head into part 3, we want to hear from you.
What do you think? Can Ted Lasso's optimistic approach prevail?
Hit us up on social media and let us know your thoughts.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more TV recaps and deep dives into your favorite shows.
We'll be back soon with the final part of our exploration of Season 2.
See you then. You know, it's like the show's using color to tell a story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like visually.
Right.
You remember how Nate's clothes used to be so bright and colorful?
I mean, he wasn't exactly a fashion icon.
No, but he definitely had some pops of color.
Okay.
And his office, too. It was kind of quirky and fun.
Right.
But as the season went on, everything got more muted, more gray.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like, literally, his world lost its color.
And that's supposed to symbolize his descent into darkness?
Exactly.
Huh. I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it's there.
And it's such a stark contrast to Ted.
Right. He's always in those bright colors.
Yeah, even when he's having a panic attack.
Exactly.
So it's like a visual representation of their opposing worldviews.
Totally.
Optimism versus cynicism. I wonder if they'll keep playing with that in Season 3.
Oh, I bet they will.
Like, will Nate's wardrobe get even darker?
Maybe he'll start wearing all black, like Rupert.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right, like a symbol of his full transformation.
And what about Ted? Will his colors start to fade as he faces more challenges?
That's an interesting question.
I mean, he's gone through a lot.
He has.
But he's always managed to maintain his positive outlook.
Yeah, but for how long?
Right. Like, how much can one man take?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Ugh, the suspense is killing me.
Me too.
But that's what makes this show so good.
It keeps us guessing.
It does.
And it makes us think.
Speaking of thinking, the sources we've been looking at, they all talk about how the show humanizes even a character like Nate.
Yeah, as much as we hate what he did.
We can still kind of understand why he did it.
Right, we see the pain he's carrying.
The insecurity, the need for validation.
It doesn't excuse his actions.
No, not at all.
But it does make him more relatable.
Yeah, like we've all felt those things at some point.
Maybe not to that extreme.
Hopefully not.
But we can empathize with his struggle.
And that's what's so brilliant about this show.
It reminds us that everyone has a story.
Everyone is fighting their own battles.
And everyone deserves a little bit of grace.
Even Nate.
Even Nate.
So I guess what I'm taking away from all of this is that Ted Lasso is more than just a show.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a reflection of life.
It's a reminder that there's still good in the world.
And that even when things are tough.
We can choose to believe in the best in people.
And in ourselves.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am so ready for season 3.
Me too.
I can't wait to see where they take these characters next.
And what new challenges they'll face.
And what new lessons they'll learn.
And what new jokes they'll tell.
Oh yeah, the jokes.
Can't forget the jokes.
This show is just so good at balancing the humor and the heart.
It really is.
It's like a warm hug and a good cry all rolled into one.
The perfect combination.
It is.
Well, I think that about wraps up our deep dive into season 2.
I think so too.
We covered a lot of ground.
We did.
But I feel like we just scratched the surface.
Oh yeah. There's so much more to explore.
So we'll save that for another day.
For another deep dive.
Exactly.
So until next time.
Keep believing.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more TV recaps and deep dives into your favorite shows.
See you soon.